Alrighty, y'all. Welcome back. We're here for another lap record at the Nürburgring. You know, I always got to check in with these. They're super fascinating, exciting, and it's always interesting to see how it goes down. In-car videos of lap times at Nürburgring is just thrilling in every single way, and this time it's going to be pretty weird because we're dealing with a car I really know nothing about. I've been a little rusty on my automotive news lately, and this is a car that pretty much all summer and for quite a few years now, but really recently has been taking the world by storm. That is the I actually don't even know how to pronounce it. Is it the Rimac? The Rimac Nevera or Nevera, something along those lines. This car is straight up EV, which is weird. I'm still not like an EV guy. I know they're extremely powerful and they have a lot of potential and they're so interesting. But you know what? I'm still like a fan of like combustion engines, right? I love how engines look and sound and the feeling you get from them. And we'll see how this does and how exciting can an EV really be. I mean, we're going to get a look at this because this is a record for like a production EV car. And if you are wondering what that record time is, that is 7:05.298. So just a tad over 7 minutes, really, really quick, really impressive. And this was suggested multiple times lately. I have most recently by Guy on Discord. So thank you so much for that. This will be linked down below. Make sure to check them out. This is going to be crazy. Let's bring it on up and let's pull it through. Now it's a little altered on here. Just because don't want any copyright problems, which sometimes happens on racing videos, so you guys know that by now. It's one of the only Nürburgring lap records that I'm not going to be really afraid to talk over because there's no sound. All you can hear is like road noise. It's actually kind of interesting. Of course, we have telemetry at the bottom. We have everything. G's, steering, torque. Oh my God. The way that accelerates is insane. How gnarly is that? My goodness. Wow. I mean, I missed the engine sound for sure, but it's almost like freaky, strange in a way to see the front of this car, right? And to see the driver in there wrestling the wheel, to see it accelerate that fast and with barely any noise is kind of scary almost. I don't know why. It makes it more like mysterious or something. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? EVs are kind of freaky in a way, right? You put your foot down, it's just like, whoa. You know? God, I love Nürburgring. It's so scenic there. Such a cool place. Such a legendary course. God, this thing is handling extremely well. I mean, this is a road car. This is a production car. Granted, I'm pretty sure it's a limited production from the looks of the thumbnail. I don't think that's a mass-produced car. I'm sure it's very expensive. But regardless, it's still a road car that if you have the big old money for it, you know, theoretically you can go purchase it. Jeez. Oh my God. It seems to brake really well also, because that's always a thing that, you know, can hold back or what, you know, usually what separates a road car from a proper race car, right? Is usually, you know, weight. Race cars are usually extremely lightweight, and of course brakes are usually next level on a race car as opposed to a street car. But I mean, this thing seems to be quite agile in the turns and in braking. And then the corner exits, yeah, are kind of unreal. Not gonna lie. And I know it's silly, but I always do, like, you know, these are titled NASCAR fan reacts. Like, you know, I love NASCAR, but dude, I tell you what, this is a production car, and I'm very certain that this would smash a NASCAR's lap time on the Nürburgring. This is on another level, for sure. Ooh, this always freaks me out. Is it the carousel, right? Is that what it's called? Look at how rough it is. It's so bumpy. And I remember playing it in video games long ago. If you get on the outside of it too much, it'll like get the car really bothered, and you'll end up sliding right off onto the high side of the turn and possibly into the wall. It's really freaky. I hate that turn. Yeah, these corner exits are just wild, the way it comes out. I mean, the handling's great already, but then, damn, nice jumping the curb there. This driver is obviously extremely skilled. And then with the track this big, you always wonder, is there more left on the table, right? Like 7:05 is an incredible time. But do you think they could take the same car and improve upon it? Almost to the end of the track already. That like flew by. Coming into an extremely fast part of the track now. Jeez, this is insane. He's taking these turns at 240 kilometers per hour. I mean, granted, they're long turns, but sweeping turns, but jeez. You can just hear the tires clawing for grip. Now, I wonder if this is on production tires, like tires that you would be able to run on the car if it was purchased, or if they're on some special track tire for the lap time. I'm not really sure. Any stats that you want to share, go right ahead. I'm going to look at a little bit on video after this because I'm just not familiar with this car at all. But, I mean, geez, I think the world's going to be familiar with it. Oh, wow, look at this special note. Top speed limited to 350 kilometers per hour due to tire regulations. Okay, so... wow, that might have just answered my question. Maybe that is on a production tire that you would be able to buy for street cars, and therefore it would have limitations because 350 kilometers per hour is insane. That's got to be around 200 or more miles per hour because, remember, I'm American, right? We don't know what the fuck a kilometer is. No, but, you know, I have an idea, like, that's very fast and not a, you know, speed that you should ever reach on the street. Therefore, why would they make the average tire, you know, hold up to those speeds? Of course they wouldn't. Look at this. The way this is gaining velocity. Let me make this fluid. Let me go back. I usually don't do this. I try and keep it fluid. We got to see this straightaway. Okay, so we're coming off this turn at 150. And this thing gets to 300 in no time. Look at that. 300 now. Look at it accelerate. Jeez, that's insanity. There's 350. And it's basically limited, yeah. It's just going a tad over. How scary is that? That's actually scary. The way that accelerated, it looked like a video game with cheat codes unlocked or something. Jeez, that's ridiculous. No gear changes to go through. No turbos to spool up. Just like straight power. And there it is. There's a complete lap. 7:05.298. Wow. What in the hell is that? That's insane. Yeah, and if we scroll down in the comments, or the description rather, yeah, this is the car that smashed 23 records in a single day. Now I had seen like articles everywhere talking about that as a tagline, right? And I actually didn't get to even, I never got to it yet, right? 23 records in a single day. I had seen that, conquering the world famous Goodwood Hill climb with the all-time best. Wow, I didn't even know that. This thing is just smashing records left and right then. Holy smokes. By the way, shout out to that race driver, Martin Kodrick, Croatian racing driver. And there you have it. What a dialed-in driver. And apparently what a dialed-in vehicle. I mean, this thing is just unbelievably fast. Even the comments saying the conditions were far from optimal. Maybe they can come back and do a sub 7-minute time. I mean, yeah, I bet there's more left on the table. I bet they could do even better. I know nothing about the conditions, but maybe it wasn't optimal. And in that case, it's even more impressive. Yeah, I agree with this comment here. Lap times aside, the most remarkable thing about this is how the Nevera just easily reaches its top speed in that straight after just a few blinks. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. That it was like super weird how it accelerated. It was just, it looked like unbelievable, right? Okay, so if we look up this thing, I mean, let's just see. What's the 0 to 60? 0 to 60 is 1.74 seconds? What on earth? 1,900 horsepower. Okay, I didn't know we were dealing with this kind of car. Holy smokes. Is the Rimac legal in the U.S.? It is road legal, apparently. Although I don't think I'm going to be seeing many on the streets. Something tells me this car is going to be pretty rare. Wow, who bought the first Rimac Nevera? Nico Rosberg, F1 driver, right? 12 years ago, I thought this car was new. See, I just don't know anything about it. Yeah, I mean, everything about this car still has, the news on it's still new. So I think it is newer, or maybe this is like its final form or something. I don't know what that means. Like 12 years ago, perhaps this car's been in development, I imagine, for a long time. I mean, this is not the type of car that you make overnight. It's not like they started on this thing last year. I'm sure this thing has been in the works for a long time. I can't believe that horsepower number. That is just insane. The fact that it's that powerful and it's electric. I mean, you get that thing, you get all that torque just immediately with electric cars. It's freaky, right? And by the way, this car is from Croatia. That's really interesting. I had no idea as well. So congrats to Croatia. Like, wow, coming up with this wild car that you'd think would only exist in a video game as a cheat code or something. Like, that's how I describe it. This car is unbelievable. Let's look at some images of it. I mean, the thing is not ugly either. I mean, it's really cool looking, right? Holy smokes, look at that thing. It is a great looking vehicle. Jeez. I always think Bugattis are, of course, like as a car guy, I totally respect like cars like a Bugatti because, like the Veyron Supersport and then, of course, the Chiron, and I don't even know what they make now. I know those were extremely fast, like fastest cars in the world, top speed, and, they were built for a purpose. I didn't think they were the best looking, although they do look cool still in their own way. Whereas this just looks polished. Like, this actually looks a little bit better, if I'm being honest. I love that spec there with, like, the racing style wheels. I mean, it does look so cool. It looks futuristic, but not in a tacky way, if that makes sense. And this looks cool as well, like this racing kind of livery on it. Though I do have to say, I do prefer it in more of just a polished appearance like this without the stripes and stuff. It looks incredible. And real quick to end the video, guys, clicking on their channel, I mean, this thing has been around for a long time. I guess in development for a long time, because look at it, we go down here, I just clicked on this video, and sure enough, this is basically, like if we look at this, this is the same car. If we click on this, this is the same car. This is in Croatia, by the way. Beautiful environment. Obviously, it looks a little different, though. Look at it. I mean, it's still got a similar shape, though. It's not too far off. So this was a long time ago. I mean, this is 2015. So this thing's been in development for a long time. I had no idea. I mean, look at it from the back. It definitely looks more like a concept car there. It just has that look. But it looks really neat regardless. But yeah, seeing it from concept to basically reality, I mean, it looks really good. Now, I think in this case, the production car looks even better than the concept, which sometimes cars are flip-flops. Sometimes cars, the concept looks really cool, and then the production car looks kind of bland. In this case, I think this one turned out better. I mean, this thing is awesome. So yeah, that's a look at one of the fastest cars in the world right now, the Rimac Nevera. I hope I'm saying that right. You guys can grill me in the comments if I'm saying it wrong. Yeah, I'm glad to learn about it. Thank you guys for the suggestion. Apparently, I need to brush up on my international car news because this slipped past me, and I mean, can you blame me? It's so fast. So I'm really glad to find out about it. I mean, 2,000 horsepower, just about. Totally, monstrous EV that can corner. It looks good, and the way it accelerates is truly mind-blowing. It looks like a scary car. It's a car I'd love to drive, but I'd be hesitant to put that pedal down all the way, right? I mean, it's almost that scary of a car. It's so quick. So let me know your thoughts. I hope this gets a lot of views and comments. I mean, Nürburgring videos usually do really well, and you guys have always rocked in the past, so I would love to hear your comments on this, your statistics. You guys always do an excellent job of educating me down there. Keep your great suggestions coming. This was really, really cool. Throw a thumbs up on there if you liked it. And, of course, subscribe to be part of this amazing community. And you know what? What's your stance on the whole EV versus, traditional cars? I'm still a traditional car guy. I love gasoline engines, diesel engines. It's what we've all been around for so long. But I got to say, cars like this really make you think, right? Now, of course, EV infrastructure and politics and all these different things, that's a separate debate and definitely not my field. But I tell you what, even as, a NASCAR fan, even as a regular car fan, that I like cars that make noises, I am very impressed by this. I will leave you with this. At the end of the day, though, even though I would like to test drive this just to say I drove it and to experience it, I'd take, any old regular gasoline car, I guess, for the driving experience. Even though this would be epic, the driving experience would be different. Beautiful car, very impressed by the driver, very impressed by Croatia and whoever in the team that put this together. I mean, what an impressive vehicle. But hey, that's about it for this one, y'all. My name is Ian. You watch the IWrocker, and until next time, y'all. Catch you later.